Between life and death, what the octopus teaches us about existence. Nature is full of mysteries, some beautiful, some terrifying, and some that challenge our understanding of life itself. Among these, the life cycle of the octopus is one of the most astonishing. Imagine a creature so devoted to its offspring that it literally gives up its life to ensure their survival. The female octopus, after laying her eggs, stops eating, dedicating her last days to protecting and caring for them. Once they hatch, she dies, her mission complete. But why does this happen? What compels such ultimate sacrifice? And what can this strange reality teach us about nature, sacrifice, and even our own human experience? In the deep ocean, where survival is a constant battle, the octopus has evolved to be one of the most intelligent and resourceful creatures. It can solve puzzles, escape from enclosures, and even use tools. Yet, despite this incredible intelligence, its life is shockingly short. Most octopuses live only 1 to 2 years, and their reproductive cycle seals their fate. After mating, the female octopus finds a safe place to lay her eggs, sometimes numbering in the thousands. She then becomes completely devoted to them, stopping all other activities. She does not eat, she does not hunt, she simply guards her eggs, constantly cleaning and aerating them to prevent fungus and bacteria from harming them. This process can take weeks or even months, depending on the species. Slowly, she weakens, and by the time the eggs hatch, she dies from starvation and exhaustion. The male does not fare much better. In many species, he dies shortly after mating, his role in the cycle of life already fulfilled. But why does this happen? Scientists have discovered that this process is driven by the optic gland, an organ that regulates hormones in the octopus's body. After laying eggs, this gland triggers a massive hormonal shift, leading to self-destructive behavior. The octopus's body literally shuts itself down, ensuring that she does not survive past her reproductive phase. In laboratory experiments, when scientists removed the optic gland, some octopuses lived much longer, but at the cost of never reproducing. It's as if nature has programmed them to die, ensuring that the next generation has no interference from their parents. From an evolutionary standpoint, this extreme sacrifice may seem strange, but it actually serves a purpose. Many animals have parental instincts, but few take them to such an extreme. Mammals, for example, nurture their young but continue living long after reproduction. So why do octopuses take such a different path? One theory is that their strategy maximizes the survival of their offspring. The ocean is a dangerous place, and baby octopuses are vulnerable to predators. By ensuring that the mother dedicates all her remaining energy to protecting the eggs, nature increases the likelihood that at least some will survive. If the mother lived longer, she might compete with her own offspring for food or territory. In a way, her death is part of the cycle of renewal, clearing the way for the next generation. But this brings up a bigger question. Is sacrifice an inherent part of nature? And if so, what does this tell us about human behavior? Humans may not have an optic gland, forcing us into self-sacrifice, but we see similar behaviors throughout history and in everyday life. Parents often dedicate their lives to their children's success, sometimes at the cost of their own dreams and well-being. Some people sacrifice their careers, personal ambitions, or even their own health to care for loved ones. Societies also reinforce the idea that true greatness often comes through sacrifice, whether in the form of soldiers who give their lives for their country, activists who fight for justice, or even artists and scientists who dedicate everything to their work. Philosophically, this raises deep questions. Is self-sacrifice a noble virtue, or is it a tragic flaw? Friedrich Nietzsche criticized the idea of extreme self-sacrifice, arguing that life should be about self-overcoming and personal growth rather than self-destruction. In contrast, existentialist thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus suggested that choosing to sacrifice for something greater than oneself could be a way to give life meaning. Religions and ethical systems across cultures also reflect this tension. Some glorify selflessness, while others emphasize the importance of balance between duty to others and duty to oneself. From a psychological perspective, the instinct to sacrifice for others is deeply ingrained in human nature. Evolution has shaped us to care for our offspring and our communities because cooperation and altruism enhance survival. But at what point does sacrifice become too much? Studies have shown that chronic self-sacrifice, such as always putting others' needs ahead of one's own, can lead to burnout, depression, and resentment. This is where humans differ from octopuses. We have the ability to reflect on our choices, to find a balance between giving and preserving ourselves. Unlike the octopus, which is biologically programmed to die after reproduction, we can choose how much we give. The story of the octopus mother is both tragic and beautiful. It forces us to confront fundamental questions about life, purpose, and the role of sacrifice. Is it better to give everything for the next generation, as nature seems to dictate? Or should we, as conscious beings, strive for a more sustainable balance? In the end, the octopus's fate is a reminder that life operates in cycles of birth, death, renewal. We too live within those cycles, but unlike the octopus, we have the power to shape our own destiny. So what do you think? Is the octopus's sacrifice a necessary part of nature, or is it a tragic flaw in evolution? And in our own lives, how much should we sacrifice for others before we start losing ourselves? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you're not subscribing to the Yusafu channel, you're probably never going to see us again. But if you are, then congratulations, you're growing every day.